Here is my one team versus all variations for Kizuna versus Lucci, and this time no unit changes. Our friend captain, of course, needs to be the new Dr. Vegapunk. He is extremely broken in this Kizuna, obviously, because it is made for him. We need everything out of his captain ability though, so our team will be full cerebral. But it is very important to have in mind two scenarios that our team is not full cerebral. One is when Sanji and Pudding are on the Sanji form because he is powerhouse fighter, and two, when they are in their dual form because they are powerhouse shooter. So we want to enter all the quests on Pudding, and generally we want to be on Pudding. In only one variation I will show you the strategy where you need to be in the dual form. Because of the poison damage though in variation Sai, it is extremely important for Pudding and Sanji to be here. They are so helpful, and not only in that variation, but they also in every variation alongside Robin Jinbe allow Vegapunk access to his super type ability. For Robin Jinbe, in all of their forms they're cerebral, so we're fine there, and we want to enter all of the quests on Robin. Summer Reiju, our captain, also gets access to her super type all of the time because this is a full cerebral team. V2 Hiyori is just V2 Hiyori, nothing really special about here. We don't really need any special limit break ability on anyone. And finally we have the CP0, but they need to be super evolved, so the Q version of the unit does not work, and I have them maxed out as you can see. For the ship, I am using the Whale Sharks, easier perfects, 10,000 extra HP, just perfect. If you want to use something different, I would emphasize a ship that also boosts HP, because it will help a lot in the Sai and the Dex variation with the poison and the pain. For example, you can use the Grand Tesoro, I'm pretty certain. And finally, for your supports, you obviously do not need to use the same ones I am using, especially the legends if you miss them. Just use your best base stat boosting supports. For the same reason as I talked about with the ship, because of the poison in the Sai variation, the pain in the Dex variation, getting more HP is only beneficial. So if you can't use base stat boosting supports, maybe in some units you should prioritize getting HP boosting supports. That will definitely help. I don't think it's 100% necessary, just my advice. But that is the brief explanation of the very basics of the team. Let's now get to the specifics versus each variation. Versus the strength variation, the extra stuff added after level 30 are 1 turn of bind, 9 turns of despair, and the chain limit for the attack down is 3.5 times instead of 3. And this team can deal with everything. Also, in case you're wondering, the reason we have a full board of Wano slots is because of Hiyori's Sailor ability. Moving on to stage number 2, it is extremely important that the CP0 can resist the special bind, which they can do, because we are not going to activate specials here. What we are going to do is, because we don't have our specials, we are going to wait to regain them the normal way, and we are going to activate the super type of Reiju for the ore boost, and super swap to Jinbe for the full board of matching slots. If you can keep a Wano slot on Vegapunk, that is even better for damage, but even without it, we can easily defeat Stussy by attacking with him last. Just make certain that by stage 2, Vegapunk does not have a Wano slot, because we want him to get his tandem slot to break the barrier in the final stage. Everyone will regain their special after Lucci's preemptive is concluded, and the first thing we want to do is activate the CP0. They will remove the special bind from everyone, but more importantly will provide us with chain boundaries. The interruption will be activated because of that, and we will be inflicted with attack down, which is fine, because immediately after we can activate Jinbe's special to completely remove it and gain a base attack boost for everyone. Then we want to activate Reiju's special to manipulate all of the poison slots into guaranteed matching and gain an attack boost for all of our units. Then Vegapunk's special to guarantee himself a tandem slot to break the barrier, and we will select to gain a slot boost and a chain boost. Then we activate his super type to increase our damage, and finally Hiyori to deal with despair after level 30. And just in case despair is applied before bind and Vegapunk cannot remove bind, have the CP0 in the left column in the place of Robin Jinbe, so you can activate them first, free Hiyori, activate Hiyori to remove bind alongside despair. Versus the Psi variation after level 30, we are going to see 5 turns of paralysis, 1 extra turn of special bind, and 3 turns of a 1.1 times orb boost. We can deal with everything, of course, but it is highly important to pay attention to 2 things in this variation. First, we need to waste all of our Wayno slots before entering stage number 3 because they do less damage, and might as well do it from stage 1 to be super safe. And second, we need to make certain we have over 60,000 HP when entering the quest, so we can survive the poison hit in stage 2. We can very comfortably do that, and because we are poisoned, Reiju will automatically activate her special, giving us 3 turns of an attack boost and removing poison. Then we want to activate Reiju's super type for an orb boost, then Vegapunk's super type for healing and to increase our attack boost and orb boost, and then we want to activate Pudding, because she can provide 2 turns of threshold, allowing us to survive the preemptive hit from Lucci. Finally, super swap Robin to Jinbe for the full board of guaranteed matching slots. Make certain to not attack like me, but actually attack based on color advantage ending on your int units and specifically Vegapunk for maximum damage, because I barely managed to beat Kaku. Essentially the reason for that is that we lose 1 cerebral unit because Sanji Pudding is now shooter powerhouse, and Vegapunk does not provide us with his maximum capacity captain ability. So attack based on color and you are going to super easily defeat Kaku. And in the final stage, because Sanji Pudding are still in their dual form during the preemptive, I think Vegapunk won't reduce paralysis completely after level 30, but it's fine because you can just activate Reiju's special to do it anyway. After the preemptive, activate Vegapunk's special to free everyone from special bind and provide your team with a chain boost and a base attack boost. Then we activate the CP0 to obtain chain boundaries. We don't need to make them captain, of course. And in case you're wondering why I didn't provide an orb boost with Vegapunk to get the base attack boost from Robin Jinbe instead, it's because after level 30 we won't be able to get an orb boost, we will already have a low one, so might as well get the better base attack boost. After level 30, if necessary, activate Reiju to remove paralysis, do not activate Hiyori, and because Pudding is back in her solo form, we have the proper captain ability from Vegapunk, making bomb slots matching 2 to defeat Lucci. Versus the Dex variation after level 30, 1 turn of Despair will be added, 5 turns of Crewmate Special Bind and 1 turn of Fear, and we can deal with everything other than the Fear, but it doesn't really play a role to deal with that, we can just ignore it. But something to have in mind, the Intimidation that will appear in the final stage has 3 different possibilities. It will either remove 2 turns of an attack boost and a conditional attack boost, or 2 turns of a slot boost and a conditional attack boost, or 2 turns of a slot boost and a base attack boost. And the final case is the worst one for our overall damage, but we can still easily clear. In stage 2, we are going to super swap Robin to Jinbe for the full board of matching slots and activate Jinbe to remove attack down and the enemy's threshold. Then we are going to activate Reiju's super type for an orb boost, and then the CP0 special to gain chain boundaries. But this time we want to make them captain. That way, we can also activate their super type ability because we have a full cerebral team, which will extend the chain boundaries by 2 turns, making them active in the final stage as well. Then disable the captain switch to have Reiju back in the captain position. The reason we want to do this trick is to simply have 1 less action to do in the final stage, and that way we will be able to survive the pain, which is 25,000 damage per action, and super easily clear the quest. If we didn't do the CP0 trick in stage 2, we wouldn't be able to get chain boundaries in the final stage. Of course, when Lucci removes beneficial effects, chain boundaries remain because they are not considered a beneficial effect. After the preemptive, the first thing we want to do is activate Vegapunk's special. After level 30, he will free all of the crewmates from special bind, and the buffs we want to provide are the chain boost every time, and then depending on the intimidation, either a slot boost or a base attack boost. This time it is the worst case scenario where both of these buffs are removed if we apply them, so we will only get the chain boost, but it's still fine. We will activate his super type for healing. Then we want to activate Hiyori for healing and to remove Despair even after level 30 alongside maximum Despair sockets, We will also get Wayno slots from here. And for our final action, we want to activate Rageous special for an attack boost for all of our units, which would be able to survive through intimidation if that was present, by the way. Then we attack starting with Pudding, ending on Vegapunk to easily defeat Lucci. And that is my one team versus all 3 variations in Kizuna vs Lucci. For 6 more teams, different this time, you can check the video on the left. And as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.